Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, December 29th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. First off, I will be here tomorrow. I'll do a video in the morning, but I'm going to miss about the first hour of trading as I have an appointment. Hopefully, we'll be back by 10:30. Today turned into pretty much of a disappointment. It started out with some really great promise. We did hold the trend day. We held a trend day in ES, SPY, triple Qs, which finally came back into balance. And Russell ended up with a triple distribution. They held 1 penny in E, so they were triple distribution. They end up only 8 wide, though. We end up 9 wide in ES and SPY Qs and 11 wide. So pretty impressive there. It was disappointing because when we finally came out of this balance to the upside, we took out, right, all this. I thought there would be a lot more energy when we took it out this morning, to be honest with you, or took it out finally in E period. I thought, I've been saying this for days now, we would trade in this area where there was no volume was done at all. So when we started getting going in E, I really thought we had a chance to get into it. It never materialized. We got into it in SPY a little bit, but ES not at all, and we ended up 9 wide and traded sideways. I had a good day, but it was all in the morning except one short play in H. I had a very good morning, though. Actually shorted A period. The first time, I had a one lot short down around the 45 level, but I added 3 up at 52, which was very nice. When I added those at 52, those came back, got paid nicely on those. And then I took off the one lot for a loss. And then right after I took it off, it came in basically where I had shorted them. So I made money on the trade, but not as much as I could have if I had held that. I definitely missed long in B, not initially, but on a couple of times on ebb and flow trades, I never got involved, which I should have. I certainly didn't miss it, though, in C or D, as I was long there for a couple of times in both C and D. Now, E period did nothing until it finally decided to get going. When it got going, I didn't know what it wanted to do above that balance high, so I waited. I didn't do anything in E. It got good distance, and then it just sat. And then you saw what happened after that. I took one short in H to fill the single prints in E, which paid a little bit, and that was it. I mean, there were a bunch of times you probably could have long 73 and got out at 78, or vice versa, shorted 78 and got back, because all the volume on the day was done basically within a 6-point range, 60-cent range in ES and SPY. So algorithms were having a field day, and they also burned all the premium on the options. I chose not to get involved with that, but it still turned out it was a good day. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, I was saying, we have an inside week right now with 1 day to go. We were talking about it in the room. I said, I think if we hold these single prints, we have a decent chance of possibly testing last week's high. But if we fill this trend day, and certainly if we open below it, then I'm not so sure if they're going to want to go and take out last week's high. And maybe we have an inside week to start the new year, which wouldn't be a bad thing. As far as destinations, on the upside, we have 75.50, which was 9 wide in ES, and 82.75, which is the day's high. And then 93.75 was 22 wide from back on December 27th. For the downside in ES, we have today's single prints start at 61 and a quarter, get filled at 57, and today's low of 29. For SPY, upside 381.61 9 wide, 384.35 today's high, and then I have been given a wrong 9 wide from back on December 21st. I was given 386.05. I had it written down wrong. It's 385.73, which was 9 wide from the 21st. I had that wrong. So make sure you change that on your homework. For the downside, single prints 382.27 to 381.81. And then this is interesting. We have today's low of 379.08. Now below that, 376.42 right now is this week's low. 374.77 would be a monthly low, and then 373.61 is a weekly low. So you have 3 lows that 2 of them would be weeklies, 1 would be a monthly within $3, less than $3. That's going to be a target at some point, especially if we come out of an inside week to the downside next week to start the new year. And then on the charts, remember, I will be recapping the entire year on all these things, what we might be looking for tomorrow night. Again, really appreciate you liking and subscribing to this channel. Again, I put it out there on Twitter and other social media platforms. If you have an interest, up until basically tomorrow, through paying me through Venmo, if you have an interest, it'll be $75 payable for 3 months, $25 a month for January, February, and March. Right? See if you like the room. It's at Paul-Asmar on my Venmo. You can't go wrong there. And then after that, if you like the room, you sign up for the regular $30 a month. I think it's a great value for what we offer in our trading room. And then on the chart, just going to show you the daily. Now, I'm calling the daily up. A lot of people will still say they're in a balance. They'll call this a 5-day balance. Again, I have no problem with that. But I'm going to give the bulls their due that we had a trend day and we closed right at the top of those previous days. I'm going to give them their due and call it up for now. See if they hold on. One other very interesting note that I think I might have said this last night, but I don't know if I gave the numbers. 3 times this year, the 20-day moving average has crossed below the 50. Each time we made a new low on the year. Within a month. It happened here, it happened here, it happened here. Well, look at this. We're about to cross to 50 within the next 2 days. So, if that pattern is to continue, this is around the 388 level. The low is 348. Well, all the last 3 times happened within a month. That would be a real ugly start to the trading year if that pattern was to hold and we went down $40 in the month of January. I'm not calling for it, but just something to put on your radar as the year comes to an end. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.